Yo everyone, what's up? I'm Christian, that's Corey, and we are Super Kami Guru 9000, and this is our review of the Naruto manga chapter 672. Honestly, Corey, I thought the pacing of this chapter was just great.
It was damn near perfect.
It literally, every page you read had a purpose. The flashback didn't stick around too long, and it was informative. And I always like seeing Kakashi's dad because he's a character that was never really developed, and they only talk about him killing himself. But he's obviously a pretty good dad, that's why...
that is important to note, that this is actually the first time that we've seen a flashback of that character, and it was an actual legitimate flashback. It wasn't like that one time where Kakashi died and went into that one weird black world where they're hanging out by a campfire.
Yeah, Martian marshmallow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Ninja marshmallows, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But still, this chapter was also good because it had a lot of action in it. It was Guy, though, who was really dominating this week.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned him yet.
And I like the fact that, as the stages of the gates go on, his appearance actually changes. And this time you can see it drastically here. Like, his whole body is completely black. And there are these, strands of, chakra going around his body. And it just makes him look so incredibly destructive. And I think it's really impressive that Madara is sort of taken aback by him, and he even recognizes Guy as the strongest taijutsu fighter he's ever fought. And considering he usually only has a hard-on for the first Hokage, that's really saying a lot.
Yeah, and I just think Guy's appearance is almost evil. Obviously, that character is not evil, but when you're all black and you have glowing strands of chakra growing through you, you almost look completely badass to the point that you almost look like a bad guy. And it was also kind of sad whenever he was done and he broke Madara's ribs and everything, and he blew a huge chunk out of him, even though it's kind of bullshit because Madara's OP and he just starts healing immediately. And even before he's about to get up, he's already almost all healed.
And even after getting hit by this technique, which is awesome, by the way, he just sort of shrugs it off completely. There's a massive chunk of his body missing, and he's still smiling.
He's like, oh yeah.
And that just shows how powerful he's going to be. But the actual attack he used, they called it the Night Moth.
Yes.
But it's no moth. It's a big freaking dragon. It's a big dragon kick, which is really awesome, especially that one panel, which is 4 pictures, and they all look really awesome, where he hits Madara. And Madara is really shocked by this technique. He sort of thinks he's going to be able to take it on at first. But the attack is so powerful, it distorts all space and time around them. And this catches Madara off guard, and he just gets the crap smacked out of him. It sends him flying into the God Tree, which I was sort of hoping that it would, do a little more damage to the tree. But it just sort of, leaves a big explosion at the base.
Yeah, I really thought, I was like, oh... Guy's gonna almost beat Madara and take out the tree all in his last move. And it did only go up halfway up the tree and then stop. So I was kind of disappointed it didn't take out the tree. But obviously the largest thing about this chapter is Naruto and Sasuke.
Yes, they have some new powers apparently.
They have Sasuke has a crescent moon in his hand and Naruto has a full white circle. And obviously I'm guessing the color because it's a black and white manga, but it could be glowing yellow or something.
It could have something different. If you kind of put the two together, it kind of looks like a yin-yang symbol.
So it's obviously they're going to have to hold hands to beat Madara.
But the other thing is, the thing with Sasuke, he's never really had anything like that before. This is something really unique to him. It could be a black crescent moon, but it could also be the top half of the Uchiha clan symbol, the fan. But I don't know where they're going to go with this, but apparently these powers are pretty special because at the end of the chapter, even though Guy has just suffered all of this damage and it looks like he's about to just wilt away into ashes, Madara's about to destroy him with his chakra ball. Naruto just comes in, kicks this thing away, no problem. And it's worth mentioning, he's not even in Kyuubi chakra mode, and he just knocked one of these things away. And then he suddenly starts to heal Guy with that weird circle on his hand.
Yeah, touches his chest.
And I'm glad this is happening because I didn't want Guy to die. And I sort of figured, I even mentioned this in my last review, that Naruto's brand new powers are probably going to be a Deus Ex Machina for allowing Guy to live. And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and now Sakura's useless because Naruto can heal too.
It is true. After, it's funny. After all this arc and all this whole stuff with destiny and healing chakras and stuff, it's like Neji was right. Sakura was useless.
Yep.
And Guy's going to live. And yet, I'm still not all that disappointed by it.
It was a good ride.
It was. Other little things that made this chapter really exciting, of course, the artwork was really on point. Since this was a full-on action chapter, you could tell there was a lot of attention to detail, especially when Guy was using his technique. And even when Madara got hit, the damage on him looked really messed up.
Yeah, it's obvious that attack was super, super powerful. But again, like I said, to bring it home, this chapter was just really well balanced. You got that awesome conclusion with Guy and Madara, which was an awesome big attack. and then you got Sasuke and Naruto getting reintroduced, and then you got a flashback.
Which was not off-putting.
No, it was a great flashback. I didn't mind it at all. And I was like, don't you fucking waste this chapter with a flashback when it started. I remember when I was reading. But it actually, it served a purpose and it was awesome.
They rectified it with the Night Moth, which is
actually
still a dragon, but still, it looks awesome. It's definitely the coolest technique that Guy has ever used. And it looks like this might be the end of Guy, but the beginning of Naruto and Sasuke wailing on Madara's ass. So, I loved this chapter. Typically, when I have no complaints with it, I give it a 10 out of 10. And as a fan of Naruto too, I just loved this week's chapter. So I am going to give it a 10 out of 10 this week.
I have to agree. I was thinking about 9 out of 10 because there was a flashback, but I just don't mind the flashback. So 10 out of 10, no complaints.
So check this one out. It'll blow your balls off.
Read it. Well, you guys, that's it for us this week. Make sure and like the video. The best way to support us. It really helps. Subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't already, go check us out on Facebook and Twitter and Google+. We need to put that link down there too. And just keep up with our stuff that way. And if you really like our stuff, subscribe to the channel.
And you can check out all of our latest content. The spring anime season has just begun.
Oh, yeah.
So we're reviewing a lot of brand new shows. I actually just got done reviewing the brand new Soul Eater spinoff, Soul Eater Not. If you want to hear my thoughts about it, make sure and check that out. We'll put a link to that video in the description box below. Also, brand new character just got announced for Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. I'm pretty excited for it. If you guys want to hear my thoughts about it, I'll put a link to that in the description box as well.
You also did a review on a Gundam show, right?
Gundam is done, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
I think you're talking about Captain Earth.
Yes, Captain Earth.
Which was Captain Disappointing.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we go. Don't go check out that one, apparently.
No, check it out still. You need to hear my thoughts about that show. It's important.
It's very important. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions, leave them down in the comments below, and we'll get back to you. And until next time, Super Kami Guru 9000, out.